If you do a live feed, I will come and commentate from London.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Okay.
Definitely.
Okay.
I love London.
You and Dylan from South Africa. Yeah.
That's going to be great.
Big shout out to Dylan as well, because I'm sure he's going to be tuning in. And yeah, obviously I normally commentate with him. So, hey Dylan, hope you're having fun back in South Africa.
Sorry, Dylan, for stealing your job.
Yeah, sorry, Dylan. Felix is much closer and he's much better at commentating than you. So, I'm kidding.
Thanks, guys.
All right. We shouldn't be far off the start of the 26-inch elite now.
Yeah.
And to bike trial Bucharest, I will be there next year. Hopefully, if there's a season 2 of Ninja Warrior Romania, I will be there. So thanks for the offer there.
So
how can Jack Carthy miss this event? Well, I spoke to Jack and he said he had a really important hair appointment and it's very important how he looks. So, you know, he's just going to be doing that in the UK, unfortunately. No, I'm joking. He's got a show.
Yeah, I mean, in the end, he probably makes 5 times for the show what he could make here winning.
To be honest, I don't really know that that's correct. I think he just decided for whatever reason that he was going to go to the UK.
I mean, he now has a kid and he now has to provide for a family.
He does
change his priorities a little bit, at least.
But also, he's on a full-time wage from Krukers, so I mean, he you know, his sponsorship obligations, I would have thought would have meant that he should be here. But I mean, that's not up to me. That's up to Krukers, and I'm sure that they talked about it and they decided it was best for him to maybe stay at home. And also, you know, he really wants to win in China, which absolutely, as we know, that he's totally capable of it. And it's a shame because we'd all really like to see him ride in here. But I think we're going to have a really epic final and a big battle between these guys. And hello from Belarus. Big shout out to Belarus. What's on?
And we actually have another question. Could you please show us British how to do it? And actually, look at Jack when he competes, and look at all the young riders like Charlie Rolls, Adam Morwood, and obviously Ed Andre Burton.
Yeah, and
finishing
Will Ackley as well.
Today.
Will's here. He made the semi-finals. He did really well. So yeah, I unfortunately had to miss the finals. You know, so I had to take an extra 5 just to miss the finals.
But you could have done it in a more spectacular way, like going for a swim.
I could have, yeah. I could have sat down and had a bath.
So like nobody believes that you actually did it on purpose.
Yeah, I know. And also I didn't have any 5s in my second lap. Sorry about that. Okay, so here we go. All the finalists now up on stage. A little bit of camaraderie there. Everybody saying good luck to each other. That's the nice thing, the community behind trials as a sport. We are actually all really good mates. We all train together. Nobody ever wants anybody to have a bad ride or anything like that. You know, everybody's just 100% really committed to having a good time and riding.
Yeah. Like even Thomas, who missed the 20-inch final, unfortunately, was super gutted.
That? You're hurting my heart.
And I know, but that's not the purpose. I just wanted to stress, like, he was super happy for the young riders to actually make the final and get the experience. And he said, sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. Today he had a technical defect, unfortunate, but he will be back in China.
He will indeed. He will indeed.
So the race is on, 26-inch category. So we see all riders entering the section now by foot, taking another look. The sections have been changed again. The level has been raised compared to the half final. So now the really big stuff is in. And we start with Clément Millon from France. He's a very powerful rider, and I think the even bigger level, and that's a massive rock to enter the section, suits him quite well, so I think he can do very good on the final. für unsere deutschen Zuschauer am Livestream leider in der 26 Zoll Kategorie kein Deutscher qualifiziert. Wir sind da aktuell gut aufgestellt, aber noch mit vielen Fahrern im Juniorenalter, die einfach noch 1 oder 2 Jahre brauchen, bis sie auf das absolute Top-Niveau kommen. Dafür aber nachher im Anschluss im 20 Zoll Finale mit Dominik Oswald, der Lokalmatador, hat sich auf Platz 2 qualifiziert und hat tatsächlich Chancen, das Ding hier heute zu gewinnen. Von daher bleiben Sie dran, unterstützen Sie Dominik nachher. Und hier sehen wir schon eine ziemlich beeindruckende Performance von Clément Méot aus Frankreich.
Okay, so yeah, Clément Méot, like you say, he's a very powerful rider, and you can't see from that angle, but this gap is a country
huge.
mile. And I'll tell you what, he did well to hold that balance on that 1 foot. Outstanding riding by this Frenchman. So here we go, working his way through this little balancy moves. So this is interesting. He's actually chosen a way that I didn't really see, and he's gone back through that little technical line to approach a gate slightly differently. And next he's got this very, very awkward hook. There's basically 2 small pieces of wood sticking out on the top there. It's pretty high, it's probably about 5.5 foot up in the air.
Oh, very nicely done. But he's running out of time now.
Time pressure is on.
And there's another big run up, and that one's actually, there's a lot of loose ground in the takeoff. And with the time penalties, he's on 5 points, unfortunately.
That is a shame.
So the section is very long. You can't afford basically to tackle any obstacle twice. So you need to be super fast in your riding.
Yeah.
And now
these guys are going to have to move very quickly.
Now we are up with Abel Mustillas from Spain.
Now let's see what Abel can bring to the table. This guy is a bit of a monster. I mean, he has won pretty much everything there is to win on 20-inch. Well, everything there is to win on 20-inch. And he decided for a new challenge and moved to 26-inch. So fair play to him for doing that.
I think that's actually also, like, we had a smaller competition in Berlin over the last years where 26 and 20-inch riders rode together. And it was always quite a battle between Abel and Czech, actually.
Yes.
And at some point, Abel just decided, I want to battle with Czech with the same conditions. I'll go to the big bike.
Absolutely. And I think he's found it fairly difficult to start off with.
Yes. Actually, the bike he rides, I mean, he owns the company that builds the bike. But it's a prototype with a different geometry than the normal bikes.
So what he actually did is he took a normal frame and he cut 3 centimeters off of it.
Yeah. So basically he's riding a 26-inch bike with a 20-inch feeling.
Yes,
that's how you can put it. And also huge gap to pedal. 1 point. Nice controlled move. And he still has a minute left. It's not too bad.
He's doing well. I think he's found a much better form with this bike now.
Yeah. And now he found a way, or it looks like he found a way to not do the hook, but to do it as a gap. And Hannes, who's commentating, wow, massive, nicely done. Hannes, who's commentating on stage and who actually had a big part in building the section, is gutted that he missed this opportunity. Yes. And Abel is quick. 17 seconds left.
I don't think that's an easy gap, you know. I think that's a pretty big gap.
That's a pretty gap
cool.
as well.
Right, this move now. I walked this move and I thought, what on earth are you talking about?
It's a very edgy lock to take off. Very short run up, and you can see that pile of rocks higher than Abel, higher than the
Look how
referee.
big it looks on your screen there. That is absolutely ridiculous. Come on, Abel, get up there. Big bit of concentration.
First penalty on time.
Oh!
Come on, hold it.
He's got it. Come on. 3 points just to get out the end.
Oh,
is that 3? 4.
Oh, he got 4 points. Another one for time.
Come on, guys, how intense was that?
And I'm really curious because what Sergi
what are they gonna
Nogueras
do?
and Nicolas did in the morning, and Nicolas Vallet from France, they had a quick, powerful style of riding, cleaning all the difficult sections, really amazing. So let's see how they can cope.
Yep.
But now first, Vincent Hermos. We talked about him already quite a bit because of his swim. I think we should stop, otherwise you get annoyed.
Sorry, Vincent. It's a good thing you can't hear us before he enters this section. But obviously, Vincent's been up there for years. He's been 3 times world champion in elite. So very experienced rider, making that first rock look tiny. It's actually about 6'6". It's way taller than me. Flying over it, and a lot of these obstacles, I don't think you can quite appreciate it when you watch on TV. But we're always looking for like tiny, tiny little points, just little edges all the time. That move, oh my God, that's absolutely awesome.
Typical Vince. Also.
Typical Vince, straight to front wheel, so good. So lining up for the big gap across. Up onto these little posts, get his balance, and this is a long, long way across. Let's see if he can pin this. Vincent notoriously good at using the front wheel for these big front wheel gaps. Here we go, check this out, tongue out,
also
holding it on his pedal. Come on, Vince.
1 point.
Yes.
Yeah.
Nice, nice. Now, if Vincent's doing it to pedal, it shows that is a tank of a gap.
Yeah.
And he's going for the same way as Abel.
Which is interesting because he has a very good hook. No, there's actually a gate on that one.
He just went through the gate.
Yeah.
I believe that's gate 3. It's gate 4, sorry, and then this is gate 5. Here we go.
Oh, can he hold it?
So close. He's just got his pedal. Look, you can see there.
Small log.
The pedal on the little log.
Half the
puts the foot
cage
down.
holding on.
Whew. So close.
And I mean,
little shout out to Ali Clarkson, who used to ride competitions, made a final actually in Germany, I believe, in Melsungen, many years ago, 2007, 8. And now he's a street trials rider, incredibly talented bike rider all round. Ali is, and he knows what it's like to compete in a final in the pressures. So here we go, Vincent.
Quite good to see
Vincent's
some
out of time. Ooh. Some of the old boys tuning in. Oh, I think that's a 5 for Vince.
Yeah.
5 points,
points. Unfortunate.
So this is a tough section.
Yeah, and we can already tell the level is again 1 step higher than it was in the semi-finals. And now we have Noah Cardona from France, also extremely young and talented rider. He's only born in 1999, so 19 years old now. Makes me feel old.
Yeah, don't know what you're talking about. So yeah, Noah Cardona. Noah is an absolute beast. Like his riding's just come on so much in the last 2-3 years. So he's a real contender, and it's amazing that he finished 3rd in the semi-finals. See if he can hold it together in the finals and put that power down. Ranked number 9 at the moment overall in the standings. Here we go.
Easily
the first hook. Wearing the best pair of 510 trial shoes you could ever wish for.
Not an official sponsor.
No, not an official sponsor of mine at all. What? So here we go. This gate number 2. Now this is a tiny little post. You can't see from that angle. It's something like 1.35 m, maybe a little bit more. So it's quite a big up. Let's have a look. Straight to back wheel. Oh my God. Like I said, seriously powerful rider. Absolutely.
And it all looks
amazing.
so elegant when he rides. It's amazing.
Yeah, here we go. So this big gap across, lining up. Check this out. Here we go. Here we go. On the back wheel. Look how far away that next gate is.
Oh! What a save!
Great save. But he did get 1 point. So if he goes for it again, lands on the pedal, it's going to be 2. Whereas Vincent and Clement actually holding it on the 1 was definitely a good idea. So here we go. But he knows now the distance. He knows that he's got it in the bag. It is possible.
Oh, he's really fighting.
Oh. Look at the crowd in the background. The whole stand's here going absolutely crazy. Here we go. Such a long way across, 40 seconds. He's going to struggle to get out of this section now. Time is ticking. Only on the third gate. Whoa. Long way across.
Which puts it a bit into perspective that the other riders did it with a pedal. But they made it.
They did.
Smart use of the pedal to stay up there safe.
So actually, a Bell getting out of the section on a 4 could be, maybe it could end up being quite significant.
Yeah.
So here we go. Sergi Longueras from Aureus Trials Park in Catalonia. This guy is such a tank. He's got some huge moves, a lot of concentration. And you can see Nicolas Valle there from the Varial team just in the background. Now, let's see what Sergi can do. He's got great mental stability as well. Flying, whoa, just keeping it clean through. Oh, they've given him a 5.
Yeah.
I think his rear axle
really hard to see, but it was a close call on the rear axle.
That to me looked like he managed to keep it up and through and in, but they've given him a 5. Oh, that is not great. Oh, he's going to be so angry with that. But here we go. We've got Valle. Now, Valle's going to want to try and creep ahead of
that puts him in an excellent position. I mean, he can go all in basically now, because if he puts a 5, the race is still at start.
But he could take a really good early lead here.
Yeah.
You know, like if he gets through this for under 4 points.
And I think he can do the gap.
Oh, man. I'm really excited. We're about to see if it is actually possible.
Yes.
Can it be done?
If it can be done, then by Nicolas Valle.
Yeah, here we go.
So, I mean, whoa! And that was unexpected.
God. We've actually got Valle's mum just outside our commentary box. And she's not looking happy. Valle, your mum's not happy with you. Gonna be getting a telling off for that one later, but like you say, he can actually.
But
do you know what's interesting there?
He tried to show off.
He wanted to be like, I'm the boss. I'm going to fly up that, which, in all fairness to him, he nearly did, but it did not pay off in this respect. So Abel, after one section, if this was a one-section race, he would have won. But there's a long way to go.
Yeah. Final consists of 5 sections. First section done, very close race. Abel leading on 4 points, all other riders on 5 points. They all want the win, and there you can see a difference to the women's category. There's no tactical depths now. It's all in, all or nothing.
It's going to be interesting to see actually how it pans out, and if we do actually see anybody trying to put a foot down in the final. Like for me, if I make a final, like there is no feet coming out. I'm here to ride my bike. And hopefully we're going to see that in China. But yeah, I mean, it's very important for these riders now. Like as times have moved on, nobody wants to win by putting a foot down. They all want to win because they can actually ride, and they got something to prove. You know, these guys have something to prove.
You get a lot of trash talk if you win by putting a foot down. That you can be sure in the next.
You do these
practice.
days.
Yeah, these days.
Back in the day, you were just world champion.
Yeah.
I'm only kidding. All right, here we go. So Clement Mayo straight through gate number 1, which was actually a humongous side up, and he's managed to fly straight for it. So here we go. This second gate now, this is an interesting one. You said it wasn't as bad as it looked, and I thought it was. Yeah, no, he's done it.
He took a dab.
But he took a dab. What were we just saying? I'm not judging anything. I'm not saying anything. No, that was good. I think, you know, like maybe he got there and it's really, really steep, and it's not worth the risk.
I mean, in the end, only the rider can judge how he feels.
And here we go. Right, this kicker. Now, there is a little kicker on the floor that's barely a kicker. Oh, yes, Clement, come on.
Hold on.
Super steep. It's the second dab we've seen. But he's making his way through the section quite well. That kicker on the floor, there's a couple of those in this competition, and I'm not going to lie, they're not the best kickers in the world. So, which actually I think is maybe quite a good thing, because instead of actually rolling into the kicker, you have to be a bit more careful with it.
Like, each of the kickers is differently shaped, and some shoot you really flat, some shoot you really steep. So
exactly,
you need to adjust it.
Oh!
Massive move.
Yes, I'm clapping in the podium box from that up to front. That's like 1 meter 46, 47. So you're talking, what's that, 57 inches or something,
And,
up to front wheel
what-
in the middle of a competition after riding the semi-finals.
What you can't see now, he has to turn around the arrow, be really careful, and
Yeah.
tackle the next
So just
massive gap.
Yeah, you can just see on the back wheel in that last shot. This is a
It looks so small on TV, but it's such a big move.
huge. All the way down. He's got one gate 10 to go through. 8 seconds out the end on 2 points. Yes, Clement Mayo.
Very
great
nice.
ride.
And he's really happy about that.
That's more like the Clement Mayo we were expecting to see. That was really nice. That up to front, honestly, guys, is absolutely huge. And this gap we're just seeing the replay of is a really, really long way. I mean, it's a really long way. And because of the arrows, you basically have to go completely forwards, turn around, and go off the furthest point of that block. So he's done really well, though, I think, to get through on 2 points.
So we got the leader, we got Abel in the section.
So Roland Kiss just said, can you tell the heights in meters, which I think I just did. So yeah, it's about 1 meter 46, 1 meter 47, I think, something like that. Around that height, that big pedal up the front wheel.
Yeah.
Now Abel's going to have to try and get through this one.
And he's taking a different
points as
approach.
possible if he wants to keep.
He's trying to side hop.
Yes,
Nice controlled hook. And he's not going to take the depth.
All right, here we go. Hooking that front wheel. These pipes, they've got that perfect little edge just to hook the front wheel over. Now it is really steep.
But
You can see his back
rear
wheel
tire
stuck
is underneath. Yeah,
Now, do you know what? If he was on a longer bike,
no issue.
it might not have been an issue, but those 3 centimetres, can he get this?
Yes.
Oh, he can. Yeah. And you can see there's a set of yellow gates at the bottom of that pipe.
So you need to roll the entire
You actually
pipe.
have to go straight
And
the way down.
he actually tested the kicker now because he wasn't sure whether to take the kicker or whether to ride it from the bottom, actually. It's a massive hook from the bottom.
I'm interested to see if anybody does do it from the floor, because personally I probably would go from the floor. All right, here we go. Bell looking focused. Come on, here we go. Yo, he's up. Real steep hook. Got to try and get that front tyre in its happy place, and then really pull back on that front brake and throw with the arms forwards. Big bit of concentration. Oh, 1 point.
He has to take it up. And I mean, it's actually
That's
very
still
challenging because the piece of wood is inside the concrete pipe. So
Yes.
it's not a nice hook anyway.
You see now Abel taking one on that. That shows how big it is. You can see Klaus there. He's about 7'3" on the side, and he's about 2 meters 20. You can see
which
how
is
high
not
that block is. Yeah, and Abel making a gap as well.
And
Down,
he
hold
stays
on the back wheel.
controlled.
Yo,
3
and at
points.
the end, 2 points. That's
No,
good.
he's on 3, 1 for time.
3.
Yeah.
He got 1 for time. Okay, so 7. Very close.
So
Great riding
now
there
he's
from
actually
Abel.
on the same score as Clement. Both
Yep.
on 7 points.
Absolutely. So
Very tight race.
next up we have Mr. Hermans.
That should be his section. He likes kickers, he likes front wheel gaps.
I'm interested to see how this works. I mean, that pedal up that Clement did to front wheel, that's just outrageous, you know. Like, I mean, I've done that kind of height myself, but to be able to do it in the middle of a section of competition, just bang out the bag is really impressive. Here we go. Big
Nice
power.
side up.
It's interesting how these guys make that side up look really easy, but I mean, you stood next to it. It's pretty
massive.
high, right?
It's like
It's a really high move.
also goes for the side top. And Hannes is also talking about the length of the bike in the crowd. So Vincent is on a much longer bike. So his rear tire is not locked in.
Well, it's interesting. Like, is it worse or better with the long bike? I don't actually know. We're about to find out. Can Vincent get it?
Oh, he spends a lot of time, slips off the pedal. Unfortunate.
But he's actually still 5 seconds ahead of Abel at this time.
Yeah.
At this point, he hasn't gone for a little feel of the kicker. I think he's got this. Come on! Oh,
Yes.
he's done it in a one. Yes, Vince. Nice.
And that's, I mean, whenever you can do it with speed you should do it with speed.
Yeah,
Saves so much energy,
a lot
allows you to finish the rest of the
energy,
section.
time, everything. But I don't think it's an easy one to hit full pace on your first go. All right, this massive up the front. Look how big that is. Here we go, come on, Vince. Has he got it?
It's horrible to ride because you can look through the obstacle, which makes it very difficult.
Yeah, so interesting. Vincent going for the up to foot side up technique as opposed to he tried Clement Mayo's up to front. Oh, he got it. He's got it. Looked like a bit of a dirty gap. He's managed to hold it.
Save. 16 seconds and he's out on 2 points.
Out on 2.
Putting him
Level
on a tight
Clement.
score to the other 2 riders.
Yeah. So there is nothing in it so far. What a save. What a save, Roland, indeed. Kenny Belay, dudes, this is so chill, having coffee and watching. Well, thanks for tuning in, Kenny. It's a shame that you're not here, but it looks like you're in a pretty cool place. I saw your demo rig set up over there, and it looks real cool. In Arkansas, is it? So anyway, just tune in, buddy. Shame you're not here. All right, here we go. Noah Cordona starting section 2. Here we go.
Nice and easy side hop.
Making it look easy. There is nothing easy in this.
Yeah,
game.
I know. There's really not.
That is a really awkward hook, that. And maybe it was actually slightly better on a Bell short bike.
Also taking.
So Noah also going for the. So the 20-inch bikes are going to be riding almost the same section. So they're going to do that move.
This is going to be horrible on a 20-inch bike.
Is it going to be horrible, or is it going to be better? Who knows?
It's so much steeper. We had a similar move yesterday in the quarterfinals. Oh, slip from the pedal, saved it. He was trying to go for the fast approach.
For the fast approach.
Oh. Three points. 50 seconds left. And now the massive jump.
Do you know what? I think he can do it. Whether he's going to bust it out now, I'm not sure. 35 seconds left. But I know that Noah's got this in the tank.
Yes!
Oh, yes!
Amazing move. But he needs to speed up. He still has 3 gates to go and only 20 seconds.
This gives us a chance to say he needs to speed up, and you can see he's blowing a little bit there. You know, heart's real pumping. Now, the big difference between these... Oh, Noah! What are you doing? No! Oh. So the big difference between like a street rider or somebody that just does big moves is you have to be able to do like... I mean, most of these sections have 10 gates. You need to be able to do 10 major obstacles all together within 2 minutes.
In the first attempt.
Not just do one big side up, one big pedal up. You need to be able to do all of it. And yeah, like you say, first go. You need to do it that initial...
Because if you look at the nice videos on YouTube, you don't see the 100 attempts that go in making that nice video. You only see the perfect result.
Exactly. These guys are doing it here right now live. You know, that's seriously impressive stuff. So Ali's saying up to front these days, blowing his mind, and yeah, absolutely. Like, I mean, they're blowing my mind.
And for Sergi, that side hop was actually even harder because he has the wrong pedal to the front.
It's amazing, isn't it? Wrong side, and he still managed to make it look like completely normal and natural.
Also,
so Sergi actually comes from a very famous trials park, the Aureus Trials Park, where I've trained a lot in the past myself, and hoping you're going to be training there a lot this week before China. And he's an absolute beast. The park is absolutely amazing. So if you're out in Catalonia, do pop into the Aureus Trials Park and check it out.
Save it!
Oh, look at him digging in.
Oh.
Come on, Sergi.
His handlebar is stuck in the jersey.
Oh, come on, Sergi. I don't think he can.
Oh, what a shame.
No. Mate, this is not Sergi's competition. I think the pressure might have gotten to him.
Yeah, but he was flying through the semi-final. Like just to give you a feeling, he cleaned the entire first round in the semi-final and had only 2 points in the second round. Also shows the level. How difficult the final sections.
Did he put too much into the semi-finals and didn't save enough for the finals? I don't know.
I think he tried to send a statement also to Nicolas Vallet, because he's currently in third place of the overall ranking, and Nicolas is in second.
Yeah.
And Sergi actually has to win, and Nicolas has to finish not better than third in order for Sergi to take the overall win. So the pressure was on him. He had no choice than making a statement.
Absolutely.
And I mean, perfect reaction from Nicolas, cleaning the semi-finals completely.
Yeah, absolutely. Super focused. So onto that front wheel hook. Getting that front wheel nestled into the sweet spot, and then he's going to be pulling on the front brake, leaning back and just ripping the bars back, down and up to try and jerk the bike up and forwards. Check this out. Yes. Oh! How many points is he on? He's on
3 points.
Three. Oh, that was a bit of a mistake. All right, 2 points. Two, three. The observer says 3. The observer says 3. 3 points. Come on, Valet. He really needs to get out of this section. All right. Big bit of focus. Interestingly enough, now on 20 and 26 in the semi-finals and the finals, we're riding the same sections, more or less, just a couple of gates different. And we saw much lower scores in the 20s rather than the 26.
Which is
going to be, and it's going to be interesting when it comes to the final.
Yes.
Oh, straight about wheel, lovely.
Nicely.
So it's going to be interesting to see if the 20-inch riders actually manage to keep that going and finish on lower scores, where we're going to see more of these the top 6 in Elite 20-inch doing this.
16 seconds left.
Oh man, 16 seconds left. This absolutely
four gates to go. Massive pedal up.
Oh my god!
Different style.
Jumped into it.
Man, it's amazing.
Staying on back wheel.
And he's gonna clean that one. Yes.
The crowd here going absolutely wild.
1 on point.
4 points.
Okay, 4 points.
But by the looks of it, that's a bloody important 4.
Yes.
So he's now on 9. We have 3 riders on 7, 1 on 9, 2 on 10.
And he's not happy because he almost crashed the TV guy, which was a little bit too close.
Is that why he slipped out on the pipe?
No, when he slipped from the pipe, he almost jumped on the camera because the TV guy was too close.
Yeah.
But then again, he wasn't meant to go down that way, so.
Bike Trials Bucharest saying if Ali C came back to competitions, he would destroy everyone. I'm sure he would. And
let's make a bet.
Ali just replied saying, I really wouldn't, but that's for the confident. But thanks for the confidence. And I mean, street riding and competition trials are literally completely different boxes of frogs. It's like a velodrome versus Tour de France. It's completely different. But equally massively impressive, and all of us competition riders still really love watching street trials. I mean, I do. I think it's fantastic, absolutely amazing.
And I mean, what's crazy, what you can't see now on screen, actually we can't see out of our commentator box anymore because there's so many spectators blocking all our windows. No, we're gonna have trouble. We can only see the screen that you see as well.
Oh, so here we go. Clement Mayo, he's sailed through the first gate, which actually I thought was pretty technically difficult, and he's on to gate 2, which we looked at, and it is a hefty way up, but there's a really good plant for your back wheel down low, so kind of a hook move, force the back wheel in, and then front to back over the top of it. Nice.
And now that one, actually, it's a very small corner, no space for a run-up.
This is a great view. You can see how short this run-up is and how high that rock is. I mean, it's a long way up. It's a stupidly short run-up. It's going to be interesting to see if he can get the drive. I think this is a very difficult move. Let's see if these guys do as well.
He's going for half a pedal kick, probably.
Here we go. Oh, so close.
That looked good.
I think he's got it in the bag. But I mean, 50 seconds left. He's on gate 4.
Yes, and it's a long section.
Got a long way to go through.
There's a
the
big
next ones.
run up and a big kicker in the end of this section where they will need some time.
Yes,
nicely done. And now actually
Nice.
this gap is massive. They can only use the very edge of the concrete block. So he's finding his way.
Check this out, between those little blocks. Yo!
Wow, make it look
Lovely bit of
easy.
control. Yeah, lovely bit of control. Come on, Clement, we want to see you at the end of this. 14 seconds left. I believe he's got 2 more gates.
He's going for a tactical depth now. That one was in the half final actually, but
Not
twice as wide,
got lucky
and you
there.
could ride it from the other side actually.
Yeah, you could do it from the other side, so it was slightly easier. It's definitely a bit harder in the finals now.
Yeah, so you could go to the first step. Now you have to go all the way up.
Yeah.
Let's see
So-
if anyone can do it.
Interesting. Now,
He's not using the kicker.
I didn't want to use the kicker on this. I said if I was going to try it, I'd do it like this. Let's see what he's got. Oh my God!
Oh!
Yes! It's so close. Oh my God! That rock is absolutely huge. You can kind of just about see.
He's
It's
out
got to
of
be about
time, so he's on 4 points for time.
2.4 meters from the floor.
He has like 5 seconds left. Oh, what a
man.
shame! Excellent
Big run.
performance.
Big run, of course, from the crowd
Unfortunately,
here.
didn't make it through.
So close.
But now actually you can see the other riders are walking back in the section because they've seen, look, he didn't take the kicker. Should I take the kicker? So
You see, I think the kicker, it's a bit of a short run up. The kicker's a little bit too far away and it's a very steep kicker.
Yeah.
So I think if you use the kicker, you're actually going to end up coming up short. You'd go up and then probably land about 2 foot further back, or Imperial, 60 centimetres further back from the top. So it'll be interesting to see. Maybe on 20-inch it'll work and it'll be a bit different. But I think on 26, they should probably stick to the non-kicker approach on that one.
I interviewed Nicolas Vallier when he was looking at the sections, and he said he would go for the kicker in this one. So we will see.
But I reckon he's changed his mind. We'll see when he gets there and smashes through this section. So here we go. Abel fast through that first gate. Big pedal up. Looking for that back wheel right underneath. Yeah, first time.
Easily done.
He's seeming nicely composed this time on the 26-inch.
Yeah, in the beginning of the season, you could tell that he's not comfortable on the bike. That all changed.
He said to me in the last round in the Awesome World Cup in Antwerp, he said, you know, he spent 22 years or something riding a 20-inch bike. So for him to change to 26 is really a big deal when you spent that long. See the observer there just checking his rear axle. Oh, he's done it first time. Yes.
Yeah, and nice, quick move.
You see,
So
now
actually,
that,
he has a minute left, which is quite an advantage.
I think he found that a little bit easier than Clement, because on a 20-inch with a 20-inch technique, it's slightly better for those slightly shorter run-ups. The front wheel stays lower and it's a faster pull. And you could really see that there. Oh, 2 wheels. Yes. Real fast. Oh, yes. Great stuff from
And the
Abel.
kicker should be like, okay,
Oh,
yes, one
going
big
for it,
step up.
he's going for
Good. And he found a way to take a little bit more speed.
So this is quite an awkward pedal up. You can see where his back wheel is on the dirt, then it rolls over, there's a little
So
lip
he
onto the
can't
board,
move
and
his
then he's got to drive up onto that in front of him. The lower ledge is probably 1 metre 20, 1 metre 25. Oh, yes! He's done it. Look at the crowd in the background going mental. Still on clean.
Still on clean. And despite the short bike,
10
he's not
seconds.
going for the kicker.
He's he's not going for the kicker. Here we go, come on.
1 point on time.
I think he can do it. Will he do it first?
Whoa!
He tried.
Big save, yeah.
He tried to bunny up.
And now he's going for the kicker.
When was the last time we saw a bunny hop in a 26-inch competition? An actual legitimate bunny hop? Long time ago. All right, here we go. Come on, Abel. Oh my
And
God!
he
I
made
eat my
the
words,
kicker.
He's done it.
He's
The
out
crowd
on
going
3
wild.
points. 4
4
points.
points.
Damn it.
To be fair
3
to
for
him,
time, 1 for the spectacular save. It's gonna be a high score final, which gonna keep
they should
it.
give him an honorary 3 for that, because that was awesome.
That was a big move.
That was so sick. So, 4 points, saving 1 point. Do you know what's really nice about this? We've seen a lot of the finals where the top riders are actually finishing on, you know, like coming in after 5 sections with like 4 points. Or even less. Jack clean the whole of the final in Antwerp. So it's quite nice now to see that these guys are really fighting, and there's a lot of opportunity, and they are pushing themselves to the limit. The sections are pretty big moves, well, very big moves, technical moves, and the sections are very, very long, so they're really having to work hard.
But the riders actually really like that it's hard sections.
Yeah, we always want to ride to our best, and
Yeah.
you know, this pushes you to ride at your best when it's this level. Yeah, Vincent making short work of gate 2.
And it's still possible, so it's great for the spectators. So all riders more or less come to the last gate at least, so the show is good.
Yeah.
So
Just to let you know, a Bell's bike is roughly 10.65 wheelbase, so you know, almost 3 centimetres shorter than the majority of 26-inch bikes these days. So Vincent, yes,
Yeah.
Go on, Vince, nice man. Great thing about Vincent is he's such a fighter. Like every move, you think like, oh, he's so exciting to watch because he just really fights, and it pays off. You know, world champion 3 times. Here we go on the back wheel, big gap across, big burst of power. Yes, Vince.
oh, why did he drop that one?
I'm not entirely sure why he did drop that one, actually.
He looked very comfortable on it. Wow, that's also a typical Vince. Almost rolling it down forward instead of taking the back wheel hop.
Yeah, no, he's got 30 seconds left for these last 2 gates, so it is going to be a little bit tight.
Those are the massive gates in this section.
Oh my God.
He makes it look easy.
I never understand that. You know, I walked round. Well, we both walked around that.
Yeah.
We looked at it, and I was like, "That's a pretty hard move." Gets there 5 seconds, just to look at it, and then bosh straight up it.
I mean, I'm 6'2", 186 centimeters, and that's my height. So it's a
Here
big
we
one.
go. Come on,
And a
Vincent.
difficult run up. Can he do it? 1 point on time already.
Come on, Vincent. Come on.
Oh, he destroyed the section.
5.
That's a 5.
Oh no.
Oh, he will be gutted. But he tried to hook it on the very side, which is a high risk.
Yeah. The thing is now Vincent knows that he really needs to make up some points if he wants to finish on the podium. And he was so close to that. So close. So let's see. Noah Cordona, what can he do? I'm not sure what Noah's like on kickers. I would imagine very good. But we are about to find out. We can get to that end of the section.
I've seen a video of him recently playing on a 20-inch bike, doing
looking really good.
a nice run up. Yeah, looking really good. I mean, he's riding for the same team as Dominik Oswald, German top rider who we will see in the 20-inch final. Oh, first gate, no problem at all.
What's the usual BB height on these bikes these days? Peter Brew, I would expect you to know that. It's, do you know what? It's a good question, I should know. Well, I think mine's about 70.
Plus 65, plus 75,
yeah.
something around it.
Something
It's
around
not
there,
the
pretty
ultra high ones. There was a hashtag bike, I believe, with plus 80. It's
Yes,
not that high
yeah.
anymore, but still fairly high.
The 20-inch bikes are actually quite a bit higher. They're about 100, aren't they? Plus 100. Come on, Noah. Get up there. Very short run up. Yes. Woohoo. Nice. Really, you can't appreciate on camera just how big that half pedal hook is. Doing super, super well here, Noah.
But he's a bit slow on time. He's taken another breath. So
The thing is, I think every move is really hard. There isn't any like really easy moves where you can just go bang, bang, bang and go through it. So you've really got to take your time and get set up for like every movement. Yeah,
big one.
real nice. So, yes, sailing through. Right.
Quick solution.
Oh no, we've still got that gate.
Yeah.
Thought he was onto the kicker last move, but
2 big run-ups now. Come on, Noah. The crowd wants to see you up there.
Here we go. Come on. Come on, Noah. Is he going to get this? Yes, he is. This guy does have a lot of power. He's so good at these pedal ups. Really is.
And he has the right pedal in front, so he approached it on a different angle than the other riders. Also not going for the kicker.
Yeah. So it's interesting because I definitely would have gone for the same way these guys are pedaling off the floor, but Abel's the only one that's made it so far.
No, he will make it.
Woo! He's done it. He's on 2 for time. Just needs to get out the end.
Oh, that's massive.
3 points. 3 points, all on time.
Yeah.
That's mad.
He basically cleaned the section.
He actually rode the section 3 points on time. Amazing. Great riding now. Outstanding.
13 points, which puts him into a nice position after 3 sections.
Vincent on 12 and Abel on 11. 11, 12, 13.
Yeah, it's another super
and also
tight race.
Clement on 12 as well. This is super tight. So
Sergi again in the disadvantage for having the wrong pedal, so that's really narrow with the air. Ah, nicely done.
So, interesting note here. Did you know that the high bottom bracket bike was actually the idea of former world champion Mark Vinko? And I only know that because Kenny's just messaged saying that.
Yeah, but I still remember Mark Vinko putting nice Frenchies when I was a little kid. So
yeah,
great rider from the past.
Yeah, do you know what? It's amazing how many of these riders are still in the sport as well. Like Cesar Canas, who was 12 times world champion, is right here with them. In the background there, you can see Danny Comas from Comas Bikes.
German world champion Marco Hösel is here with his bike brand.
So how many times did he win world championships? 2, 3, 4?
It was more, actually.
I mean,
he dominated somewhere in the 90s, I think.
I remember he won in New Zealand 2004, 5 would have been the last one. I think it was his last competition. He managed to beat Comas and Benito in a really epic final battle there.
It was before the Spaniards started dominating the 20-inch category.
Yes, absolutely.
Half a minute left for the last 2 gates for Sergi. And he even takes that was 1 for the pedal.
Come on, Sergi. All right, Sergi's got this. Come on, Sergi. Get going.
And he checked the time on the big video screen, actually. So the riders can ask the referees for the time, but it's so loud.
Now it's interesting.
2 on
with
time.
This, you need that time, that couple of seconds to get set and get sorted for that run-up. 1.5 pedal strokes. Look at this. Oh my God!
Similar to Abel's crash, he pulls the front wheel right into that massive rock.
He nearly held it. One hop, he would have been to front on the top.
Incredible save.
I hope there's an amazing photo by Leo, the photographer, there, where he's just up on the front wheel, because that was insane. Let's check out this replay. Look at this. Drives the front in a little bit low. Back wheel gets caught on the floor there.
And that's the challenge. That's the challenge with all the loose rocks at the bottom. Like they stopped his back wheel and pushed the front wheel in.
Instead of using it, he got the timing slightly wrong and it just flew.
Maybe the kicker is the better option after all.
Well, maybe. But we just saw Noah make it without the kicker. So we've had 1 for and 1 against.
Yeah. So it's up to Nicola to decide.
It's Valet to put in the deciding vote here. Can he make it all the way through the section? So that's really not going Sergi's way so far. He's on 15 points with 3 5s. He's actually the only rider that hasn't made it out of the section so far.
But the WD-40 section will be in his favor, I'm pretty sure.
Could be. I'm pretty excited to watch that one as well. Oh my God. So here we go. Has Valet got this really short run up? They're actually just in front of our commentary box. You can see the box just in the background. You're shot there on the live stream. And It's miles. It's like the height of his head. Here we go. Yes, mate. Brilliant riding.
And
So
he's
you can
fast.
see,
He's like 10 seconds faster at this point than any other rider.
Yes.
That might pay off in the end.
Now, the interesting thing, like for anybody that doesn't already know trials and that is watching,
Yes.
these bikes are obviously like insanely different to ordinary bikes, and of course street trials bikes that you might have seen Danny McCaskill and those guys riding. And the competition bikes are much higher bottom brackets, much longer frames, real short back end, and not always, but generally quite a low front end with the handlebars as well. And that basically means that you've got maximum movement over the bike and maximum clearance under the bike for the obstacles themselves as well. So you can really ride over these technically very, very challenging obstacles. Check that out from Valet. Valet used to run a super low front end, and he's actually just raised it up a little bit recently. Riding really, really well here. Here we go, 16 seconds left. So he's the fastest to this point, I think. Oh, first try. No kicker. Boom. He's down.
And he's out of the clean.
Yes. So 9 points. He jumps into the lead.
And he knows how valuable that is.
The crowd is going mental. We got like, over 2,000 people here. Well over 2,000 people watching.
Given how the people look at us, we're going mental in our little box as well.
We're just like, oh my God. It's funny, I've been riding trials for, let's just say, quite a long time, as you have as well, Felix, and I still get crazy excited. I think I get more excited watching finals than riding finals. So here we go. Next, we're going to have Clement Mayo making his attack on section 4, the WD-40 section. Yeah. Now you can see it goes back to a little bit more square, basic movement of riding.
Nice run-ups.
Yeah, some really good run-ups.
So we're trying to free our way so we can see from the commentary box.
Yeah,
actually.
We just want to be able to try and see the whole of the section.
And now we have free view.
Right, brilliant.
More or less. I actually realized there's a lot more people standing over there. But actually, Andre, if you stand up in our little box, you get a nice view.
Oh my God, it's even hotter up here when you stand up. We're basically standing in an oven watching the sections. But yeah, this is a real stunning section. They've done a real good job of making this, and it's just like really clear. I say basic moves, they're definitely not basic, but more straightforward moves, not quite so technical, but absolutely huge moves. And there is one gap, the last gap up to the end of that WD-40 bottle that we are really excited to see.
You will have to take off at the little Brandenburg gate and hit the WD-40 bottle. And that's
so I believe this section
view.
actually spells out Berlin.
Yes, it does. So it's the Berlin letters, the Brandenburg gate. And
just to notice that Clement actually just flew through the first two gates like they were nothing.
Yeah,
and that's a genuinely hard move.
and now actually this is a massive. I'm not even sure.
Yeah, so there's a kicker in front of it, and I think he's going to try and pedal off of it and go to hook. I don't think you want to ramp the front wheel off on a 26-inch, but we're about to find out. And you can see that huge
and that's a short run up for a kicker.
It is. Oh, do you know what? I think he could get that. It looks like he just needs his shoulders forward, commit to the movement a little bit more. Come on, Clement. This guy's an absolute powerhouse. We want to see him get up there. Come on. Oh. No, 5 for Clement Mayo in section 4.
Yeah, very, very unfortunate.
So we were saying before about those kickers, and that kick is just such a weird curve. Like, it's really hard to take off of. So you've kind of got to, like, as Clement did there, he's actually pedaling off of that little kicker, as opposed to ramping the front wheel off.
I wonder whether Abel will do another bunny hop. So there's different techniques to approach those kickers. For the 20-inch riders, we will see more bunny hops than pedal kicks, probably.
Yeah, generally speaking. Well, not generally, but speaking. Yeah, definitely 20-inch bunny hop a lot more than 26-inch because the bikes are now so long on the 26-inch. So there we see a bell just going through that first gate. The idea is you go onto the beam down through the first gate, but just dropping down to the floor between the gates and going up through that gate number 2. Going to go in and have a little feel of that Kicker.
Ja, also nochmal für unsere deutschen Zuschauer.
Is he gonna make it?
Er hat den Kicker einmal kurz angetestet, hat er auch schon in der Sektion 2 gemacht. Und er wird sich jetzt mit so 2 Pedalumdrehungen reinhauen. Das L der Berlin-Sektion deutlich über 2 Meter hoch.
All right, come on, Abel. The crowd's getting behind him. Everybody wants to see if it's possible. Can he do it? Big bit of concentration, loads of power.
And he actually did a bunny hop. Nicely done.
God.
The crowd loves it.
The crowd loves it. I love it. Felix loves it.
1 minute left.
Berlin loves it.
But there's another 6 massive gates in this section. It's very long.
That was outrageous. And that, I'll tell you what, that gate number 5.
Oh, that's a 5.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
His back axle went over number 5.
He went right over the arrow.
God.
What a shame.
A bell.
And he knows it. Oh, he's frustrated.
Mate, that is not great news for Abel. I really thought he was on for that as well.
Yeah.
I mean, he flew up that kick. Is so good. Just to let you know, that kick is probably, I would say that hook's about 2 meters, maybe 2.1 meters.
No, it's actually a little more. It's
Two
like
one,
2 meters 10.
2 meters 10, yeah.
And
so it's a long way up. You probably can't appreciate it on your screens, but that is absolutely miles up. And that little one there that Abel just took 5 on, gate number 5. Although it's not the highest, it's really awkward because the angle you're running in is actually straight into the corner, so it's
you're
really
kind of
tricky.
running parallel.
Yeah, kind of alongside it,
yeah.
hitting into the corner. I'm surprised you didn't go to front. I was definitely, I would have thought front to back.
It's a nasty edge to go to front, actually.
Yeah, you can jump high above it and then drop the front on top, as opposed to when you go to back, I think you push into the corner more. Here we go, Vincent straight through, gate 1 and 2. Now,
also quickly through the first 2 gates. He sticks to not testing the kickers.
Now, I think Vince is going to pedal through the kicker, off the kicker. Here we go. Yep. Just a little feel, see what it's like.
Look, kind of a test.
He had a little nod. He thinks he's got it in the bag. I think he's got it in the bag. The crowd wants to see him have it in the bag. Come on, Vincent. Here we go. Big burst of power. The Vincent tongue of power.
Easily.
Gets him up there. Yes. Amazing. Straight through gate number 4.
1 minute in the section. And now he has to tackle the gate where Abel failed.
See, I tell you, he's going to get to front. Don't let me down, Vincent. Here we go. Look at this.
Yes, you're right.
Oh.
Amazing move.
Nice move there.
And that's like a really tiny spot where you have to go to front.
Yeah. It's much harder than it looks on the screen, actually. And this is an awkward side up as well.
Yeah.
Drive the front wheel the other side of that. Oh, light work for Vince.
And now really the big move.
Here we go.
Look at the WD-40 bottle. You see the yellow arrows, and he has to go in between those yellow arrows, and it's like 15 centimeters wide.
Far.
Oh, that was a safety move. 1 for bash blade, 1 dab.
I think he's on 2, yeah. I think he's on 2 points. Do you know what, though? He should be happy with that.
Yeah,
2 points
he's out on 2.
Of the end.
And actually, they removed the last gate. I was waiting for 1 more gate, but they removed it.
Legendary rider.
Yeah.
Yeah, they removed the last hook, the big hook. You know?
Yeah.
Which I think was a wise decision. There was, you can see that big point just inside the section on the right hand side. And they removed that as the last gate, which I think would have been just a little bit too much to do within the 2 minute time limit. So next up we have Noah Cordona.
And we have a super tight race after this 4th section. So the 3 riders who have completed it are on 14, 16 and 17 points. So it's still all open for the last section.
Yep.
Let's see what Noah can do.
So we were talking earlier on about when the girls were riding about carbon and aluminium bikes. Now Noah's on an aluminium Azonis, and there's a couple of companies now that are releasing a 26-inch, like the clean 26-inch carbon bike that Abel's on. And yeah, generally in 26 inches there's still more aluminium frames than you see on the 20-inch bikes. Here we go. Come on, Noah.
First try, massive move.
He actually rocketed over that. Oh my God. Rocketed over it.
He was
That's
actually so
commitment.
fast that he had to
Commitment.
tackle one more gate than the others because he didn't came from the top, because
Yeah.
he was just shooting over it. So he's gonna go straight to back wheel.
Front.
I guess.
Oh, I don't know. He's pedaling like he's going to go to back. He's going to go to back. Yes. Nice, Noah. I think he can get this side up as well. We're about
And he
to find
still
out.
has almost a minute. So that's very fast, actually.
Whoa! Yo! Diving that front tyre in.
Just on the edge.
Leaving the back wheel. Look at his eyes. Look at the focus going on there. As far as Noah's concerned, there is nobody else in this room right now.
He actually has 2 people spotting him, so he's gonna go all in.
Come on, Noah. He can get this.
You
He
can see
get
his
this.
teammate ready to catch him. Stay
No.
on! Oh, what a shame.
Oh, real do or die move, and unfortunately Noah died on that one. Oh my God, and he looked so good. He deserves a beer for how well he did that hook, I'll tell you. My God.
So that's 18 points for him so far.
So don't forget, guys, we are going to have the 20-inch elite riders after this, the top 6 from the semi-finals earlier on today. Here in Berlin, if you've just joined us, you are watching the last round of the World Cup, the UCI World Trials World Cup 2018. We're here in Berlin. Now there's double points on offer, so it can really affect the overall standings for the 2018 season compared to the other rounds. Now we've got Sergi Longueras from Catalonia, Spain. He's an absolute monster, still really young. He's got a lot of time to win many more competitions, I have no doubt.
And this is now actually a nice opportunity for him to fight back into competition.
Yeah, he hasn't had the best start, has he?
Yeah. He had a difficult ride so far, but if he manages to clean that one or go out on 1 or 2 points, he's back in the game.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, he is pretty good at kickers.
Yeah, I mean, he's a real powerhouse.
You can see they
Hannes
pushed
just
the
said
fence back there a little
he's
bit.
riding actually 20-inch style on a 26-inch
Yeah.
bike.
Here we go. Come on, the crowd getting behind him. They're starting to clap. Absolutely huge. Come on. Here we go.
Yeah.
Yes!
Very
First
controlled.
try. Perfect timing.
And he's fast. He's the fastest at this point.
Now, I've seen him do the most insane high-up gaps in Aureus and in his local trials park that's 100 metres from his house. And
And he crashes on one of the easiest obstacles.
Is he all right? I was about to say, he can definitely do the gap up to front wheel.
What a shame.
Is he all right? Is he all right? Just checking he's okay. That was a bit of a bad crash. Oh, the crowd giving a big round of applause. Oh, he's so upset with that.
I actually think he's more upset than injured. He's
more
waving
upset
at the
about
crowd.
5 than injured, yeah.
Oh,
Absolutely.
he's gutted with this final. After his performance in the semi-final, he had his hopes high.
So, for those of you that don't know, these guys put in so much effort. I mean, we're talking like proper gym routines, programming, peaking idea, like periodization, absolutely everything for these competitions. I mean, it's not just about going out and riding your bike. It's about being mentally focused, physically prepared, getting your body in the best condition you can, and you can really see that. I mean, especially if you come and watch one of these events live. Hopefully, we'll be back here in Berlin for another World Cup in the future, and do come and check it out live if you're here. It is well worth coming to watch. These guys just train so hard. It's absolutely insane.
So, how will he tackle the kicker? Also, no testing. First try easily, and his dad is celebrating right in front of our box.
Yeah, we've actually got Valet's mum and dad just here, right outside the box. Valet's mum trying to get the best photos with one of the biggest lenses I've ever seen on her camera. Here we go, up to front. Boom. Now you can see there, like, he hit the hedge on the right-hand side, and that is because you're hitting that gate at such an awkward angle onto the obstacle. Really difficult to get through. He's got time. Vale's really good at using the front wheel, and he's got a huge side up on him.
Yeah.
So
and he wants to make a
this.
statement. He wants to make that one.
Yeah. Yes. He actually sailed over the top of that edge. It's just below my shoulder, sort of like 1 metre 40, 1 metre 45 that side up. It's really not small. On the back wheel, he's going to... come on, come on, come on.
That was a safety
It looked
move.
like he got a little bit scared, dropped his back wheel a little bit off just before he went down. But 2 points out of the end.
Which puts him into a massive lead with 11 points.
That is 11.
11 for Nicolas Vallée, 20 for Sergi Jongeras, 18 for Noah Cardona, 17 for Vincent Hermans, 16 for Abel Mustillas, and 17 as well for Clément Mion.
That's 14 for Vincent.
Oh, actually.
5-2, 5-2. So he's actually on 14. So Vincent's very, very much in there. But
and Vincent made a statement after the semi-final. He said, like, my semi-final was crap, but I'm going for it in the final.
Do you know what? Like, this really proves that this is all coming down. This is all coming down to the actual last section. I mean, a clean on 5, 1 or 2.
And the last section was the hardest section all weekend long.
This is the coolest section ever. I mean, it is absolutely awesome. These guys, apparently it took them ages, and they actually stripped all these bits of wood down by hand. So they cut everything, worked out how maybe they're going to work as a competition section, and then they actually stripped everything down. And how cool does this section look? And the best thing about it is it rides just as good as it looks. I mean, it really looks amazing, doesn't it?
We actually measured all locks and put them into a computer program and simulated how to build a section.
That's amazing.
Massive effort by our head organizer. Nice save. So I mean, big shout out to Frank Trigala and his spouse.
Do you know what? We definitely haven't credited them enough. Like Frank and his spouse and the whole team. I mean, they've just worked so hard to make this happen. I know they've been planning it for a long time.
Got it.
Not quite making
5
it.
for Clément.
I did that gap earlier on. That gap was actually in the semi-finals up to that one. And now, instead of going across and straight down, you have to go front to back and then turn to the right hand side and go up to that top log.
But a lot of the 20-inch riders actually did it front to back in the whole semi-final. But then it's going towards the end of a long weekend. So
I did it to back, couldn't quite hold it, jumped back down, then did it front to back in the semi-final. And it's not an easy move, but it's really scary. You know, like it's one thing doing those moves.
It's
when
very
you're kind
high
of like well prepared at home and you're kind of like in a safe environment, if you like. But this, as you can see by his crash there, it's.
And if you go to the left, you land in the water. Actually, it's on the edge of the pool.
And nobody likes to go for a bath.
Yeah,
except
not in your competition.
Except for one guy.
Don't mention his name. And Abel is in the section.
All right, here we go. Check this out. Abel, short work of that first gate. Hello from Singapore. You guys tuning in all around the world. You've got 1.3 thousand people watching outside of the arena as well. All right, here we go. Up on the back wheel to the edge. Has he got this? Oh, he's gone straight to back. Yes.
And he hold it.
Staying on the back wheel. Front wheel against it.
And that's the highest
up on the back
move
wheel
in the arena.
That is a photo opportunity if ever I've seen one. Stay in focus now. Right, this next gate is absolutely insane. Such an awkward pedal up this is. They basically got to kind of go across at a bit of an angle. I mean, you can hear Hannes Herman commentating in the background there, crossing his fingers that he can get through this section because he's done so well to get through this far. Big pedal up.
That's a nasty lock.
Come on, Abel. 40 seconds left, and he's got 3 more gates. Here we go.
Yeah!
Oh my God! Oh.
Save it!
Foot slipping out, getting caught.
It's amazing. Hannes, while commentating, screaming at Abel, hold it. So you can't take the rider out of Hannes. 5.
Oh,
what a shame.
I think he was going to be out of time. He was very tight on time.
Yeah.
And it's interesting. There's such a big crowd. People are jumping on underneath the screen, which you can see in the back of the shot. Big wave to the crowd.
Yeah.
How cool is this? This is how all Trials World Cup should be.
Thank you.
Thanks so much to everybody in Berlin that's put the time and effort in to, one, make this, and two, be here, watch, participate, enjoy, spectate, and encourage these riders.
And I mean, it's amazing how the World Cups have developed overall. I still remember the time when sections were rocks and pellets. And
yes, out in the woods in the middle of nowhere. Here we go, Vincent getting revved up for his last section of the weekend. Hello to Augusto in Brazil, tuning in, you guys all around the world. Thanks for tuning in and enjoying this final World Cup of the season. Don't forget, we're all heading off to Chengdu in China. There will be a live stream of that as well, I think. Here we go. Vincent, section 5.
Very precise, very quick. He's going over the front wheel. Oh, and now he has to go back.
So,
actually,
he might have actually done that on purpose.
Yeah, because there's a big lock at the bottom where it's easy to turn. Oh, he's taking it there.
Yeah, so basically where you can see the yellow markers on the one below, if you go back to that and then turn around, you'd probably be out of the gate.
Yeah.
So he has to be, he has to, he's going to have to get back on the bike.
Yeah, but that's a standard move for Vince.
Yes, okay.
He's on 1
He
point.
did really well to save that, to be fair.
Yeah. And now the massive awkward hook. Like it was in the semi-finals from the other side, where it's a nice flat hook.
Oh my God!
He does it first try easily.
Vincent, mate, that's awesome. Oh my God! Really, I went and looked at that and I was like, that is one horrible pedal up. I mean, it's shoulder height, huge move, and it's such an awkward angle to make it first time onto a slippery log is really insane. Awkward gap through, turning on the back wheel and down. Gate 8, and then now look at this takeoff.
That is simply massive.
The most awkward takeoff there.
The takeoff is actually pushing you towards the spectators instead of towards the obstacle.
He's got 10 seconds left. He's got one more gate 10 to go through. Here we go. Come on, Vince. And
no.
There's
still one more.
He's got to turn around this. Right, which is not an easy pedal up. Oh my God, yes, Vincent.
What a save!
Oh
He's out on 4 points. And the crowd loves it, and Vincent loves it. That was ridiculous.
Oh, that was absolutely outstanding fight there from Vincent to save that point. To save that 1 point.
And it's actually amazing. We just had a long distance communication between Nicolas Vallet and his mom. Within the competition, Nicolas is worried about how to get a good picture out of the last section, and he told his mom where to go to take the perfect picture.
Fantastic.
That's amazing, Nicolas.
All right, here we go. Noah Cordona, what can he bring to the party? So I think if I'm correct with my maths here and what I've heard and how the scores are going, we've got Clement Mayo on 22, Abel Mustelius on 21, and then Vincent Hermans on 18. I think it was Hannes just said he was on 17, but I think it's, or he said it was 18, but I think it's 17, I'm not sure. Or no, he said 17, I thought it was 18. Find out in a minute. So don't forget, guys, if you're enjoying the live stream, please like, comment, get in touch, make sure we keep this going. 5, they've given a 5. What's the 5 for? What was the 5-4? I have no idea what it's for. Oh dear. Oh, that's a bad moment. Unlucky for Noah Cordona there. So that's 23 points for Noah, which I really don't think reflects his actual riding ability. But his score is 23 nonetheless. I think he will be 6th place.
Big shout out to the organizer team. They're actually celebrating Vincent's last move in their WhatsApp group at the moment.
Good. This is really exciting stuff. Don't forget, we've got 20-inch finals after this. So Sergi Longueras, 2nd in semi-final qualification. Not had the best ride. Can he pull it back? Get himself focused.
No.
Straight through the first gate.
I think he's going all for it just because he screwed up the entire final and he wants to prove he can do better on the last
Straight
section.
to back tyre. Through that. All the way down and round. He's going to have to go all the way across.
But that was not planned. He tried to save it.
No. Interestingly, in the background there, I think you can see Joachim Niemann. Joachim managed to bunny up 1m62 to back wheel outside yesterday. What is that about? But unfortunately didn't make the finals here in Antwerp. So, right, so he's going. This is such a difficult move, spinning round on this little tiny point.
Oh,
yes!
What a move!
The crowd's going crazy. Sergi, yes. Now, the big pedal up. He's half his time through the section. Big pedal up here. Keep it together, Sergi. Come on. He's got an incredible pedal up. Not quite there. Not quite there. Come on, Sergi.
And he's
Yes! Oh my God, what a beast.
still on clean.
30 seconds left as well. Come on. Come on, Sergi. He needs to get moving. He's going to go to back wheel, spin round through gate 7, down through gate 8. There's actually a gate on the bottom there on the floor, just next to the...
No, he's taking a completely different approach.
Line. We talked about this. Going across here, he's going to go to back wheel and pivot, go to front. Look, check this out.
Yes!
Yes, Sergi! Yes.
And he's now just showing he's the boss. 1 point on time. One big gate. He got the rodeo gate from Vincent still to go.
Come on, Sergi.
Crowd loves it.
Sergi.
Nobody cares about the time penalties.
Straight to back tyre. Spinning round. Get out the end.
Very nice, Sergi. This is the level of riding we want to see.
Is it 2?
Yeah, it's 2 points on time. Unfortunately.
2 points on time. Clean riding there by Sergi. That means he finishes on a total of 22.
Ah, what a shame.
But
it's actually in fourth position.
Jumps in past. He's going to be 4th or 5th.
No, actually, he's going to be. This is 22 as well.
He had a 2.
And
he'll
he's
go
the
back
better
to
one
the semi-finals.
Yeah, and he's the better one from the semi-finals.
So he'll be 4th.
Yeah. That
means
massive last section put him in 4th place.
Now, how much of a battle has this final been? Oh my God, some seriously hard moves here.
So the last rider in the 26 category. And now that Sergi did it, Nicola will want to do it as well. Like he's now going for it.
Yes. Come on, Valet.
Not for the score, but for the credit within the trials community.
Oh, he was close.
That was very close.
Through that. So at the moment he's on 11. So even with a 5, he would finish on 16 points, which would be the same as Abel.
Yeah. But he has a clean, so he won it anyway.
And he was ahead in the semi-finals. So he has already won. Oh, he's held it. Come on. Oh, that was so close. Oh my God.
This is outrageous. The level of the saves in this final is crazy. I mean, the riding is impressive. Not falling down, even more impressive.
Look at this. He's literally got like centimetres to play with on the back wheel there, and he's not exactly on the floor. He's like 2.5, 3 meters in the air.
So that one is like more than 3 meters up in the air, with water underneath.
All right, 45 seconds left. This is going to be tight. Sergio only just made it out and he was 15 seconds faster to this point.
Yeah.
So it's going to be pretty tight on time.
But this
for
one
Vale.
is not about the time anymore. This one is about cleaning it.
Doesn't matter, he's already won.
Yeah.
He's already won. This is a victory lap. Don't forget, guys, we're going to have the 20-inch elite riders starting any minute. We've got qualifying in second place. We had the German rider
Dominic Oswald.
Dominic Oswald.
Yeah. And Nicolas just had
first.
Nicolas just had the disadvantage. He has the right pedal in front, which is pretty bad on that move.
Yes, absolutely. It's amazing, like little moves like that, where you just saw him kind of gap through, turn around on the back wheel and go. I mean, that's a hard move.
Yeah.
That's not an easy move.
He's on 3 points for time.
Yeah.
So this will get very tight.
Yeah.
But he will ride it to the end, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, 4 points. He's about to get a 5. Doesn't matter, doesn't make the blindest bit of difference. The work is done. Dropping down.
Go on, do it for the show. Ah, no. He's going to celebrate. Congrats, Nicolas Vale, for winning in Berlin and for winning the 2018 overall World Cup Series.
Look at the crowd going absolutely wild. Massive riding by Vale.
He's celebrating in the pool.
First place in the series. First place today.
Very nice riding.
Looking strong on the way to Chengdu in China. In 3 weeks' time, we will be in Chengdu in China for the World Championships. That was outrageous.
So
crazy level of sections here. So as far as I have it, I think Abel will be second. Is that correct? No, I'm not quite right. Second place is going to be Vincent Hermans. Third place is going to be Abel, and first place we have Nicolas Vale.
And now it's actually
by Sergi Clemameo and Noah Cordona in sixth place.
We
really
now have
quite different to
one interview with the winner really quickly, and then in less than 10 minutes actually the 20-inch final is going to start. The riders are already leaving the warm-up area, so we'll be right back in 2 minutes.
Dort hinten schon im Warm-Up-Bereich. Und jetzt kommt nochmal eine deutsche absolute Spitzenkanone, nämlich Dominic Oswald. Auf den sind wir alle ganz, ganz gespannt. Und die müssen jetzt mit den etwas kleineren Rädern sich durch die gleichen Parcours kämpfen.